welcome back to another episode of Olympus Talks. I'm your host, Zeus.
Hercules.
Perseus.
Yes, sir. Alright, guys, so we'll get back on relationship topics. When you guys missed it, we were technically just the one fitness topic last week. But this happens to be one of the main topics that people love, so we have to go back to we'll start off. Anyway, the topic we're going to be talking about today, or the question I should say that we're going to be diving into, why do so many women believe they're unique but end up doing the same thing as other women? Alright, so starting off that topic, Jugs, why do you believe that's the case?
Alright, honestly, I think it's just an ego problem for the most part. Right, an overinflated self
Worth.
art with yourself, because that's really ego. I believe the way our society tends to cuddle women for the most part. That plays a part, as well as the messages that they view on social media and all from certain people when they follow. Like they tell themselves, you're the prize and this and that, you are the table. So nobody is supposed to ask them to the table and eat. That's like probably those three things. I think talk about three things or two things. Those are the reason why they believe that they're unique, even though most of them, not every woman, but
most of them say and do the same sort of
at least
things.
in the Western society, most of them unique, but are the same across the board for the most part. But not every woman. But we're talking about a specific kind of woman.
Yeah. What about you, Jim? I think that's the case.
Alright. Basically, they believe that they are unique because I believe that is a push by the society, right? Because they are always hearing the same thing, coming off of what Juggernaut just said, right? It could be she believes that she's a princess because her parents tell her that she's a princess. Disney Channel tells her that she's a princess along with Hollywood, right? Everybody feed her the same line that she can do what she wants. She can be a boss babe. She can get everything that she wants. Nobody can stand in your way. There's no such thing as no. It's okay to be delusional. All of the above, right? So when you hear the same thing over and over, like for example, now, say that you and a girl exit a relationship, right? She's going to say something along the lines of, you can't find any woman better than me.
Yeah.
But I mean that there are many, I'm sure that all of us here, right? Remember a time that a girl said something along those lines,
Yeah, we've all
right?
been through those.
But why does she feel that way? That it's as if like she can't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? She believes that the world is her oyster, or she's the only princess in her story. She can do no wrong. Nothing that she says can be wrong. She believes that she's perfect, right?
Special.
So that's my take on it.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
What were you, Ricky?
Going back to what Jaim and Jugs basically cleared up, it's just coming from one. A lot of them were taught and socialized. Women as young girls were taught and socialized that you're very special. You're the unique one out of the bunch, and if you teach every girl that, then every girl is going to believe that they're special. Therefore, every girl is going to want the same thing. So, how are you unique, but yet still everyone is, asking and requesting for the same thing, or everybody's saying that they're unique and special? I'm not saying that you're not, but don't say you're different from the rest, but at the same time, you think like the rest. So, how are you any different or unique? The whole concept of unique, that means that everything or most things about you is just different. You're an anomaly. You're more abstract, and everybody else is common. You understand me? So if me have my daughter, of course, I'm going to tell her, say, you're a special child. You get what I say? But at the same time, social media is propagating the ideology for them to believe that you are a queen amongst everybody. You don't bring anything to the table. You are the table. You understand me? They need to satisfy your demands, and you just existing means you've already satisfied theirs.
Precisely.
You understand me? And that is just where that is coming from. But also, the need for understand, say, having a kind of mentality like that does not work out for them.
Yeah.
You understand me?
And it lowers the SMV. A lot of men don't realize that.
SMV.
Sexual market value.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it just feels like the same situation.
It's actually
Exactly.
it feels robotic.
Same
sounds robotic.
attitude,
Like
different
it's being
person.
Right?
programmed.
It's as if they're programmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody just believes that they're perfect. Like nobody not perfect.
Everybody believes that I am a 10.
If everybody perfect, then like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't work.
No
So,
room for improvement.
so
You get me?
yeah, and going back to that, if every one of them believe that they're a 10, objectively speaking, like your looks, you're a 10 out of 10, meaning that there's nothing that you need to work on. You are the most beautiful person in the world. Then what is define ugly then?
I mean,
Yeah, which
if
I'm
goal
certain stems from
if
men.
goal is as what I would say, if goal was on the street like sun, then what is the value of gold?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not to say that a human being isn't valuable. You're valuable in your own way, but I mean, there's a difference between a CEO than a person coming in and do a regular 9 to 5. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, I just believe that by saying what you're saying, I'm a 10, I don't need to change, everybody need to adhere or suck up to me, you're basically saying that you don't need to do anything to improve yourself, which is oftentimes the case. You believe that you can't do nothing wrong. How are you going
Which
to
is
change?
perpetuated by simps, the whole simp
I
mindset.
say, yeah.
Because men look at them and say you don't need it. Yeah, it's perpetuated by sims because let's be honest, a lot of that attitude stems from the way that they're treated by men. They would not have that mentality if they weren't pedestalized constantly and seen as perfect. And all you need to bring to the table is just some vagina and I'll throw money at you type of vibe. You know, if it wasn't trained anywhere else, and mindset wasn't trained anywhere else, they wouldn't have it to begin with. Because I'm not going to feel like a king if I was never in a king position at any point in time. Something has to give me that drive to want to feel like a king. You understand?
Yeah.
Especially in the case of a woman who, let's be honest, I tend to be more emotional. They ride waves constantly. They go through many different phases. You know, many different feelings and star signs and all the usual antics.
And
Understand? So,
I like how you bring up that point.
so it's enabled by men for the most part.
You ever in a relationship, right? And anything wrong, the girl believes that only sex alone can fix. She only need for half a sex in order to fix the problem, right?
Yeah.
While probably you might buy her, I don't know, like
Roses,
a case of
chocolate.
roses or some
Or
chocolate
Pandora.
or whatever,
Yeah.
and you come to her and say, oh, you apologize. She, on her end, is as if it's like business as usual. She believes that what she has done yesterday just erase off of the face of the earth and we just go continue like. And you
Nothing
know,
happened, yeah.
nothing
Nothing
never
at all
happened.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that's the same reason.
So they never
Because
held that
she,
phone
yes, because she definitely believes that she's the table. And can you wrong her?
Yeah.
And that's why
Can you
there's
really
so much
wrong her?
resistance when you're in a relationship with a woman that's constantly going through guys who pedestalize her and they don't hold her accountable to anything. And our friends don't ever do that. So the moment you do it, she start looking at it and say, wait, why is this so different from what time we used to?"
He's
And
crazy.
she becomes resistant as a result. And she might fight back initially, depending on the type of woman, or she might just give in.
And I think part of the reason why is that I think a lot of people fear to piss off people overall.
Yeah, because
And,
it's
men-
safer not to say anything.
A lot of men believe, oh, you know, it's the only girl that exists. So if
exactly.
certain way she not like
Tunnel vision.
and she leave him, then boy, him carry without her.
That's true.
Yeah,
tunnel- a lot of guys have tunnel
vision.
You see, because it's,
From having a
And that's how man
Sometimes-
end up kill other people over woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Because-
Most time on social media when a girl posts up a bikini picture or anything revealing body parts, you would have see one and two guys, couple dozen sometimes. I say, you're the moon and the stars, you're the most beautiful thing in the world.
The man then put both
Pedestalizing.
heart emojis.
that's
different
like,
emojis.
that's like 99% of the
Heart
time.
eyes, broken heart,
Yeah, 1
diamond
million different
emoji.
emojis.
Yeah.
I should be the one you're dating.
They try to prove themselves to her. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
they're
doesn't
going to win
even
over
notice
her.
you,
She's
my
going to be
guy.
like, oh, he likes me, and then say, oh, you know, just send him a text and say, we have a link up next week.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who should notice in our comment section?
Yeah.
The comment to Ricky left when him say you're not on that.
Exactly.
That's the only comment you see.
Because
Because it's not
there's a saying
pedestalizing. Exactly.
women heard so many nice things about them that's the negative thing stood out to them at all
I think it's
times,
people lie to them
because
and
most people are glorifying them, right?
Mm.
So when they hear, yo, actually you're really just average at best,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
That comes to her like, what?
Like a
But
train.
everybody tells me that I'm a 9 and a 10.
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
Yeah, because
say,
everybody,
"Them on a false pretense."
because it's the
Definitely.
perpetuating belief that feminism wants every woman to believe that they're a 10 in their own way, which is obvious. So anybody, if you're going off of that philosophy, then everybody is a 10. A man can be a 10. He can designate himself to be a 10 because you have your own unique set of looks.
You
It's
just-
kind of obvious.
You just
you have
feel
no
like it,
self-esteem
you know?
of
You
yourself.
understand me?
You know?
So if you're really just working off of subjectivity, then by just that philosophy, everybody is a 10.
Exactly.
Which is why objectivity needs to come into play.
Which will
What
you
makes
don't
you a
understand.
10? You understand
Because
me?
I
And
feel
then
like it.
then you
Yeah.
then you
You're not
have
objective
comparisons between a guy like, I don't know, maybe Bruce and Corey. Well, we already know the obvious answer to that. Big up yourself, Corey. Or somebody who has a couple 100,000, no, sorry, a couple 100 million in them bank account or their net worth versus someone who has like a couple 100,000. You understand me? The person with a greater financial yield is going to be or have a higher rating than somebody who has a lower financial yield. You understand me? And then there are just other body features. Some girls like a guy with facial hair. Some girls like a guy with wide shoulders. Some girls like tall guys. Some girls like a certain size for the man penis or whatever. You understand me? So those are objective factors into how you can rate somebody. But if you just leave everything to subjectivity, then everybody is technically a 10. You understand me? That's not the point that we're trying to come across. If you put, say for example, I don't know, somebody like Mackerel versus somebody like Cardi B, who has the higher, rating out of 10?
Yeah.
Most people would have say Cardi B. You understand me?
Most sane people.
Most sane people.
Yeah.
It's all depending on preference. Most people would quite literally say Cardi B has a higher rating than Mackerel. That is another objective statement. You get what I say? But
Objectively though, Mackerel is probably a better person than Cardi B, so
It's not.
SMB probably gets
not-
a couple points.
We're not necessarily
but
talking about. We're talking
as I
about
said
in
before,
terms
there
of
are
overall,
it's
like,
a multifactorial
because
basis
women
when it
just
comes
use it
down
for
to the
self-
rating.
when they rate themselves, or I have low self-esteem if I say many things like that, I should say I'm a 10 because I feel perfect.
Mm.
No matter how you feel, my girl, it's what is objective in
Snowflake,
reality.
Yeah.
But to say you're above the stars and the moon and the sky, right?
No,
Isn't that overinflation?
When
You
the
saying you're
universe
a
tell you
simple
otherwise,
person doesn't make yourself
the
esteem.
universe will tell you otherwise.
Yeah. Alright, so a fun and interesting segue we can do into this topic right now is some of the terminology that women use when they're talking about being unique as women. Starting with you, Jugs. What's some of the terminology you hear women use?
Alright, I am the table. I'm a 10 out of 10. Honestly, I can't remember a lot of them, but I can't remember
Goddess,
much of them.
Yeah.
Queen.
Slay Queen,
Yeah. Jamie, I don't know the whole of them. Yeah.
Boss Babe.
Yeah.
I'm strong and independent.
Yeah.
Independent.
Yeah,
Biggest
man,
one.
that one there,
Yeah.
popular.
I
What is that?
deserve everything in the world. They can't tell me for low my standards. All of it.
At this point in time, it's like a dating strategy to me more than anything else. Yeah, how are you?
I mean, basically some of the things I want to say, I just feel like personally them operate is like them operate off a script. It's as if like we have computer systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like all of them operate off a Windows 11 right now. Literally, so you feel like And some of my words, some of the things that when me hear them say is are
Same language, and just update the terminology. That's about it.
all right. So you know the regular I am the 10, but sometimes even if you're a dater, right, for instance, you will hear like I need a break, right? Or suppose you say yo, or maybe your dater same way, but you will say yo, I'm not looking for anything serious right now, right? But she she don't want to tell her the truth what she really mean by them thing there, so she just a say it for cover up fear intentions because she want to look like say she want to see it. You get
Yeah.
what me I say? But
Which is why I say, don't you believe this is a dating strategy at this point? That's like how guys use certain terminologies for hook women. You don't feel like women use over these terminologies to hook
Oh,
men.
yeah, Bruce,
But how,
next one,
but how
next
you would
one.
have, how it would be a dating strategy for hook men for say I am a 10.
You know, for sell some
Call
kind of
themselves.
purities, for sell and the best possible thing that you can find. You know, you'll never find something, just like when them get up and say, you'll never find a woman better than me. A lot of that stems from the fact that she's so entitled to the point that she believes that she can do no wrong and she's the best possible option that you'll have in a woman.
Yeah.
You understand?
Or I can find.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if it's some kind of dating strategy where they're trying to convince me that they're the best possible
I don't
option.
think it's a dating strategy. I think it's just more of
And
them.
I mean, we as men,
Doing
we
self-upliftment.
learned the mind games that they use. So it doesn't work on us as it used to.
Oh, and next one of them
Only
love
seems
you,
to work with.
is that them in them soft girl, I mean my soft girl, like.
Oh, soft girl, yeah, soft girl business.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we
I don't really know what that means
know what I
still,
mean. We know what I mean.
but
No, what's
Know
up?
what I
man?
mean.
eh?
So,
I'm
it's
trying my
like,
laugh.
you see all of the things what them learn from feminism, modern feminism, like them realize how it do work. So they must go back in them soft girl era. So it's like a segue from the independent, strong black woman.
'Cause it's not
thing, them
working.
realize, so it's not working out.
Yeah.
Them unhappy because like so they must say, oh, I'm in my software here, try to convince men say, oh, they're them going back to them default stage. You know the same state where them basically did a bash.
Factory reset it.
Basically a bash. So, oh, I don't want to be a housewife. No, I want to be a housewife.
the other one of modern here is
And
I am
how can-
celibate. Yeah. But
Fair
in
enough.
fact,
So
in
like
fact,
4 years.
the terminology or the meaning of celibacy would be from the monks, right?
Mm.
They don't, them not engage in a sex, none at all.
Sex and
Celibacy
sexual
would actually
activities.
mean you're a virgin,
They're just
Right?
abstinent. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I realize that ladies sometimes have a tendency to take terminologies for
Suit them. own
suit
agenda.
them
Agenda.
basically.
And
Right.
the born again virgin one.
Boy.
Yo, I saw this post that Summer Rae
Yeah.
put out saying that
Jesus Christ.
she's going to be celibate and any guy that she dates now has to wait until marriage to have sex. I mean, I say,
Look with that.
Well,
no, you see the thing about it is that a lot of women don't realize is that you can't just go around just living your modest life and you're sleeping around the place. You accumulate bodies in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and then just out of the blue, you just decide to say, all right, I'm going to be celibate, I'm going to wait on my husband, and I'm going to wait until marriage before I have sex again. When before you there dash it out to everybody,
yeah.
So
Yeah,
basically,
Get up
them
and go to
they
sleep.
just need for say hi, and
Basically-
same time your panty drop same time, and then now you just start have standards, and now you just want to renounce, or better yet, you want to pretend as if
Nothing
you
happened.
did not do any of that in the past.
basically
It's
them
like-
want you to pay a higher price, right?
It's not-
You as a man now, after she done give out her best years, she basically look and say, oh, you know what, bro? I believe say, yo, you need to put a $200,000 ring on my hand, you know. But the other man them where did I deal with, brother, them not even y'all bring food, come give them you take food, you go down all take food from another man when they go up on date with him.
Yeah.
Bring it home, come give that the brother that would never put nothing, add nothing congruent to your life, right?
Yeah.
And then him dog you go to guts discard you.
Yeah.
Right?
And this is how we know a lot of women are living on some other reality. I saw this story the other day with this woman. She went and did some new breakthrough surgery. I don't even know what the purpose is. It's like doctors just doing it God Almighty, you know, this for scam people and scam them.
She tighten up
But
her.
she do a surgery where she is a virgin again,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
Like being a virgin is just literally just making sure your womb tight. No, your whole tight. No, bro. It's the respect, the self-respect we go with it.
It's not self-respect,
And then
dog. If you look on the definition of what being a virgin is, it means someone who has never engaged in
Yes, and also the biblical
sexual
aspect.
intercourse.
Is in the literal aspect.
You
can't be a virgin.
You understand me?
Have sex with 1,000.
Yeah, you don't just
That's not how it works.
you don't just go around, go sleeping around the place and accumulate the bodies, and then out of the blue now you just decide to say, all right, I'm going to take 6 months or 3 years, and then I'm just
Sabbatical.
magically
I'm going
a
to
virgin
revert
again.
back to normal.
No, what happened is you've just been celibate for whatever extended period of time, and your vagina probably lock up or tighten up back. That doesn't make you a virgin.
Yeah.
It just makes you sexually inactive.
Exactly.
That's the only thing. You're not a virgin anymore.
But you see, the thing is, I like the segment. I like where we're going because I have another terminology for that. Body count doesn't matter. That's the next one too. But what women don't realize when they say that, basically just throw themselves under the bus. You're basically just saying, I am not so important as a person that I'm willing to throw my body everywhere, and it doesn't matter. You just don't realize that you just said it that way. Because if you're a self-respecting woman, right, why would you just throw it to your body like that, right? Give it to everybody.
If
And
it's
then
so
no.
special. Well,
If it's so special.
If everybody get a visa, it's not special.
Especially,
Yeah.
supply and demand,
Exactly.
Supply and demand.
Gold
If
is special because
it's rare.
But I get to realize, like, most of the times when a woman say that she's going to now be celibate, it's usually, if you check the time frame, it's usually around between 27 years of age to like about 32.
Something
And,
close to 30 years
yeah,
old.
something close to 30. And
At the
they
end of them
it's as if,
50 years.
yes, because they realize that they are not getting any younger right now, right? So it's as if it's like a midlife crisis. It's akin to, it's basically like she's saying that, yo, you know what, I'm in the club, right? I have all the guys that I wanted, right? But I'm coming out the club, I don't want to come out of the club.
Come out of the
empty.
club and go
I don't
to
want
church.
to. Yeah, I don't want to come out of the club empty-handed. So I will just grab a guy and I will just settle with him. But this is the situation when it comes on to having a lot of bodies. You see, the thing is, because women tend to date from a biological level, they want the best. What she tends to do now is all of the guys that she usually date, she are going to see she going to accrue all the best assets of all those guys that she dated into one man. So that's the reason why most of the times they can't settle in a relationship, because they are used to a high life, a party life, right? And she's like, yo, this is just boring. You've never practiced a boring, mundane relationship before. You've practiced being out there partying, living your mother's life. So how are you going to now change that? And this is the same thing that we were talking about with fitness. If you consistently do the same thing, it's hard to now divert. You are now stuck in your ways.
And to add on to that, how you expect me to believe say I'm this special man after, say for example, a girl has sex with 100 men? How you expect me to believe so you are just going to suddenly mentally, because the mental part is the most important part. You're going to undo all of these things, all of these undo all of these bad habits that you have been
built up over that time.
Basically over 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And then choose me. What so special about me?
It turns them
and
into a runner.
I have to deal with all of that baggage.
Yeah, it turns them into a runner.
Yeah.
So
So
basically,
it doesn't make you conducive for a healthy monogamous
So
relationship.
basically, that me I work out
way
for
too much
over
going
10
on.
years now. All of a sudden, like if me tell us a brother, you know, so I go stop workout, like I say, like you're full of shit. So I say all of a sudden I go and do all of the hard work they put in for 10 years.
Yeah.
But
And if I realize a lot
What
of these with women in these positions too, they like to do this thing where they do a lot of comparisons. And this is one reason I look at women and tell them, I don't care if you never feel emotionally attached to a guy. If you reach a level that way as a woman, that's a really bad sign.
Yeah, exactly.
You will continuously compare your men, the men you're with now, to the exes we had before.
Yeah, exactly. It happens all the time. Oh,
Because
and it always come up in a relationship.
Yeah.
You and her argue, right? She be like, yo, you know, my ex would never do that though. And my ex better than you at such thing and such thing. The reason why you do that is because I same thing where you talk about no matter body count.
Yeah.
If you never have all of those exes, or you would know what man better than which man and what man do this better than, you wouldn't know if anybody have so much body count to begin with. So it really make dating a bit harder. Cause
It will make you less toxic because, alright, you're looking at me and telling me that, you want the best possible version of a man that you can get, right? Listen, I'm all for getting the best possible version of a person that you're going to be, quote unquote, settling down with. Everybody wants the best possible mate they can find. But if you're going to be in a situation where you find a very good mate and he's constantly being compared in an unrealistic manner to guys prior to him, you're not in a healthy position as a woman. Because, as I say, you've already destroyed your ability to peer bond properly because of all these men that you've been through. Because you get the best of both worlds. It's like you don't even know what you want no more.
The other thing about it is, you see, anytime any argument comes up, because it would be just like a drug addict. As soon as situation gets stressful, oh, you think you're healing, you think you're changing.
Yeah.
But let that problem comes about and basically hop on or hop off to another man again, because you know that's the thing that you're already used to. You know.
Then the next thing about it is just the mere fact that is that nobody is saying that you choosing to change over your life is a bad thing. Yeah. I'm not particularly saying that. If you knew you were a hoe before and now you want to repent of your sins and go into the church, or just to simply just change your life and not do all of that anymore, that is fine and dandy. Kudos to you. But you have to also understand the repercussions of your past in the first place, because a lot of women want to say that your past or their past does not matter. It has much to matter, because if you go into the court of law and you have committed many murders, the judge is not going to say, "Oh, your past doesn't matter." Yeah. No, you're going to be convicted for those murders, and you're going to get a life sentence. Yeah. You understand me? So you need to understand, say, if you were the type before that you slept around, you need to understand that once that information is shared, right, and if you're getting into a serious relationship, I would expect that you would share your intimate side of from the get-go. You understand?
That is your criminal record basically building up over time.
So past behavior is a predictor of
future.
Biggest predictors of future behavior. Some businesses use it. Go back in your social media and see, collect all the traces somewhere.
Yeah.
Then see what you post on social media. And see this. Remember this thing with the girl, this girl that's an influencer. She post one picture with her in one fishnet or so, and like she don't expose her clothes, and she get her sponsorship revoked because of that. She was saying, "Oh, black girl magic." People them say no, they know that kind of image as a person when I'm a sponsor, so them just kick her off fight.
So that
revoke the sponsorship. Yeah,
so them need to understand, say, even you want to believe that your past doesn't matter. It has heavily what it matters, because take for example this situation as a man. Most men would not like to know that their woman had sex with someone or slept around with someone or a few people that they know themselves in their own circle or even community. Why? Because we know how men are, especially in the country of Jamaica. If you find out, say, your virgin slept with this girl before, and you know your virgin, you know, say, your virgin is a dog, and you can just imagine the things them what your virgin do to that girl, you're not going to feel comfortable, especially when you bring your girl around and bridging them. Yeah. Especially if she go sleep with most, if not the whole crew.
The whole table.
You understand me? You're not going to want to find her attractive anymore, because then you're going to now be, as the man, the butt of the joke in your friend group. You understand me?
And the thing about that is,
and then your friends,
your friends
same one I got tell, your friends same one I got tell you say about your dog, system, and I think say it have to work out.
Yeah.
Because your dog, she this and she that, and she probably just want to get a piece off of you, and then she move on to the next guy and whatever. Yeah, women just need to understand, say, the way how we look at women as a reflection of us plays a heavy part. So when you sleep around the place, and then not even just a virgin, but even the community, you are gonna find out, say, if the community seem like say on a par, and go find out say on together.
And you're in a very respectful position as a man.
Yeah,
and
you're not going to. You're not
supposed to compliment you.
Them not go look upon you like the same, cause them are gonna say, oh wait, your wife up this hoe.
Exactly.
You get me? I say, or you talk to that girl, you know, say about 3 weeks ago she did, or 3 months ago she followed me and I'm clap it in the dark and things. So them need to understand or care for what them do, because it will fall back on them, and them past will come back to haunt them.
Right.
So your past actually does matter. And by extension your body count does matter as well as a woman.
Exactly.
And to add to that, when we always say analogy, right? You have some women who have the tendency to say, oh, you know, say, we are not comparable to things or whatever. But come on, bro. Any logical human being on earth, right? If you have a burger, brother, right, and a man have the burger, him take it and discard it on the ground and say, yo, you know, that's a shit of a burger, for example, right? Which other man are gonna look upon that and pick it up and go like, yeah, fresh burger? Like, which man are gonna look upon it and say that? So, you know, you get infection because, you pick up so half a ground and contaminated by all the viruses. But I'm just saying that to say, hey, I believe that as a woman, right, you are designed by God with your value up front, right? And I believe that you should do everything in your power to
retain it,
preserve your value, right? And it shouldn't be that every man should have know, say, or most men in a community know, say, yo, oh, know what she look like naked or whatever, you know? I think you should value yourself. I believe that you should value yourself as a woman, and not everybody should get the opportunity to see you, and that should be saved sacredly for a special someone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a very good place to end off. You know, I hope you ladies are taking cues, and also you simp men and manginas out there
are improving your lives and stop simping.
Exactly, because it starts with the ball starts in our court as men. We need to help women to self-improve, because they need to be led, as the Bible says, for your Christians out there, or they will be led astray. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. Much appreciated again, Jaime, for passing through. Hope to see you again for the next episode. Alright, bro. Alright. And I don't know the saying already for the Pantheon, you know?
Glory to Olympus.
Say the reason why I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Glory to Olympus.
Yeah, man.
Alright, see y'all in the next episode. Peace.